Hello, Bart with the Bicycle Rider YouTube, and we have a Specialized Shiv. I'm really gonna have to watch my cameraman on this one because I could talk about this bike for a good 15 minutes, and we're trying to keep the videos fairly short. But I just have such a good time riding this bike. It's friggin' phenomenally fast. I get a lot of training on this bike, and I am a mountain biker. Right now I'm doing a gravel race series. I love to ride my road bike, but the Shiv just lets me get down, get dirty, ride by myself, and really dial myself in. And I do love the way the Shiv rides. I've even found myself last year doing a few time trials, a few duathlons, and this year coming up, I'm going to jump in on a triathlon. So anyway, here on the Bicycle Rider YouTube, we do ask if you like our content, just hit subscribe. It does let us, rank with YouTube, and then we can buy things like scales, and I'm going to weigh this bike at the end of the video. I also want to thank Biloxi Bicycle Works in Biloxi, Mississippi for, helping us put on these videos as well. So, the Shiv, let me just talk about the Shiv a little bit. I said it was phenomenally fast, and by the looks of it, you could tell this is a aero bike, and they have incorporated, Specialized has incorporated a lot of features into this bike that you can't see, but help you recover from your ride and start your run. A time trial bike like this, you are riding a little bit different than you are on your mountain bike, on your road bike, on just about any bike. And I do think it's a blast, especially by myself. I do a lot of riding here in Biloxi, Mississippi, and a lot of times Saturday mornings, I have to open up the shop at 10, 11 o'clock, so I can't get out on the road with these guys and do 50, 60 miles. But I can come here where I keep my Shiv, and this one's not my Shiv, this one's for sale. But I keep my Shiv here at the shop, and I can go blast around the back bay of Biloxi, deal with a lot of crosswinds, get 30 miles an hour, hold 30 miles an hour, and just really push myself to the brink of speed. And I love going fast, and this bike does go fast. It is an awesome bike if you're going to do a triathlon. It does save your legs for the run. And it does have something called the fuselage. The fuselage is an empty compartment here where you can put a water bladder. And I don't have a water bladder on this bike. What I have is the aerodynamic cover in it here. But the water bladder fits in here, and you have just a little tube that comes up. And you can keep hydrated and ride at the same time. Part of aero is staying as aerodynamic as possible. And of course, this frame is made to be very aerodynamic, even in a crosswind. Here in Biloxi, we get crosswinds at 20-something miles an hour, and I will ride this bike in the crosswind and not get blown all over the place. I do have some deeper dish wheels, so the bike is very stable even in a crosswind. But if you get the wind to your face or wind to the back, you can really slice through the wind. And half of that is staying in an aerodynamic position. So a lot of guys that are having to reach back to get a water bottle, you're breaking wind here. And as soon as I see someone reach back to grab a water bottle and I'm anywhere near them, I'm making a pass. I've got a reputation of doing that, so I notice people do not drink when I'm around them. When they don't drink, they dehydrate. I will sit back there, feed, drink, and keep hydrated while these guys are melting themselves down. So I'm sitting here, I am not having to break wind, I'm sucking off my straw that's right here in my frame. I don't have to have this big fuselage thing hanging off my handlebars, and I am staying hydrated. I'm ready for the next leg of the race, or I'm picking people off one by one as they're dehydrating. You can kind of see their neck shift or the arm twitch or something. You can tell when someone's dehydrating. It just gives you that confidence that you're going to beat them towards the end. And the Shiv does allow you to carry water and stay fueled while you are riding. This bike is, this is the base model basically. So this is called the Shiv Elite. This is a $3,000 bike. It has workhorse components on it. So it has a practice Xantec crank set on it. It's no frills, but it's very stiff. It's fairly light. Shimano 105, bar shifters. It's just a real solid machine. Of course, you can upgrade components, or you can buy a more expensive shift with higher components. But a 105 is really for you know, $3 grand, you can buy a bike here and be as competitive as you want in time trials, in triathlons and duathlons, or just go out there on the road and get a lot of training yourself. So you know, it's a great bike for the money. A lot of people do end up putting, you know, more aero dish wheels on it, but the DT Swiss wheels, the R460s that this bike comes with, are very solid. I haven't seen anybody destroy any of these. They're a really good solid rim, a good place to start. And with you know, Specialized Shiv frame, it does give you plenty of room if you want to change, you know, a front cog or front chain ring. You can size up your chain ring. They do give you plenty of room here on the chain stay to size up, go down, depending on what you want to do. It's so easy to turn this into a 1x, or just take this bike as is, race, and have a good time. I can't say enough good about the Shiv and the speed that you get out of this bike, the dynamic advantage you have. Aero bikes are not known for climbing. Here in South Mississippi, we do have a lot of climbing here off the coast, and this bike is super fast up a hill. Maybe not as fast as my road bike, but for an aero bike, this bike will climb really good. Great bike. If you have any questions on the Specialized Shiv, give me a call here at the shop. My name's Bart, and this is Biloxi Bicycle Works. If you do want to go out and, you know, ride bikes on Saturday morning really fast, come join me for urban speed sessions here on Back Bay, Biloxi. You know, Specialized Shiv is awesome. Let me go ahead and weigh this bike real quick. And it's kind of funny because I have probably 15 bikes in my garage, and people come to pick this one up like it's going to be the lightest one. And it's not. There's a lot of carbon involved in this bike. So aerodynamics and the use of carbon does make this bike a little bit heavier than my road bike. So I've got 19 pounds. So that's a 19-pound aero bike that is not super high-end. This bike is just a workhorse, and at 19 pounds, this bike is not, you know, this bike is not going to be a featherweight, but it's also not heavy where it's going to feel like it's going to weigh you down. So really, aerodynamics in a lot of situations trump weight, but at 19 pounds and aerodynamics, you've got a win-win combination. Specialized Shiv, that's the way to go if you want an aero bike, if you want a tri-bike. Just, you know, if you want to do it without having to spend $6 grand, this bike is the one. Thank you.